what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Underestimated Podcast. It's your host, Jeremy, back with another episode. Listen, I am a bit sick. I chose to hoop yesterday in some pretty extreme weather conditions and played the hardest I've played in a long time. And I'm feeling the effects of it because now I am sick. I was playing in puddles of rainwater and mud and grass and all that, and so now I'm reaping the benefits because I'm also hurting externally, also internally. So I'm hurting in every aspect possible. But even though part of me didn't want to get up on here and put something out, this is what I do, and I have to work every situation possible and circumstance to get to where I want to be. So even when I'm sick, I gotta get something out for y'all. Because you look at some of the greats, I mean, all I have to say is Kobe Bryant. Kobe dislocated his finger, got it popped on the sideline, and came back in the game and finished it. I think he played pretty well. But so today's episode, like I told y'all, I'm really playing catch up as far as this podcast is concerned. I got so much videos so much thumbnails in my camera roll on my phone that don't have videos to them. And so that's something I look to fix now as we go along, while also looking at extra opportunities to put out even better, content for you guys. So as far as this episode is concerned, now I am a bit late. I actually am pretty exceptionally late. But I still want to get into this. As I've reiterated in past episodes, as far as college is concerned, my dream school has always been Duke since I was a 7-year-old. So I support Duke University in every sport that they showcase, but mainly being basketball. One thing I've grown to realize with Duke's men's basketball program is we are known for one and dones and not necessarily winning national championships. So most guys who commit to Duke University usually have the intent or the premeditated mindset of going one and done. We rarely have few that come in return, and if they do, it's more than likely because of injury. But I can't really say that because, as y'all may know, Kyle Filipowski, Flip, that's our sophomore. He came back last year after having a great season, and now he's on pace to possibly win National Player of the Year. He might not get it. It might be given to someone like Zach Edey or who else is out there hooping? Reed Shepard has been out there hooping. I mean, there's a lot of good guys in NCAA that can get the National Player of the Year award. But Flip is not no one to sneeze at because he can definitely contend and make a name for himself in that conversation. But I'm saying all this to say that on October 23rd of last year, the projected top pick, in the 2025 NBA draft, Cooper Flagg, forward from Monteverde Academy, committed to Duke. I absolutely love it. I think his game is great, and I think the guys that he has coming in with him is also going to be great. I don't know it's going to be interesting to see who leaves Duke this season to go pro, and then who stays back. Because potentially I can see our entire starting five heading to the league. The one I could probably see coming back may be Caleb Foster. But as far as Jared McCain, Kyle Filipowski, Mark Mitchell, and Tyrese Proctor, I could see those four go ahead and going pro. Oh yeah, and also to mention Tyrese did come back last year after his freshman year too. He did stay back. Him, Mark, and Flip actually all stayed back. But I think Mark came back from injury, and maybe Tyrese too. I feel like Tyrese had an ankle injury late in the season. Anyway, I have my own thing that I want to say, but I'm gonna read the official report from ESPN by Jeff Borzello, ESPN staff writer. He put this out on ESPN October 30th, the day that Cooper Flagg committed at 8:39 a.m. Eastern Time. So it reads, Cooper Flagg, the top prospect in high school basketball and the favorite to be the number one pick in the 2025 draft, announced his commitment to Duke on Monday. Flagg chose the Blue Devils over UConn. Duke was seen as the overwhelming favorite since their early days of Flagg's recruitment. Coach John Shire made his presence felt at Flagg's games, even when Flagg was playing on the 15U Nike EYBL circuit and continued to be a staple at his game last spring. Coaches from UConn, Kansas, Kentucky, and Michigan also spent time watching him in the past summer. 3 schools emerged for Flagg: Duke, UConn, and Kansas. He took an official visit to Storrs, Connecticut in late September as the Huskies continued to close the gap. Shortly after, Flagg canceled a scheduled visit to Kansas, leaving just the Blue Devils and the Huskies. But a second visit to Duke for the Blue Devils' countdown to craziness event last weekend firmly shifted the momentum back towards Shire and the Blue Devils. After I got on campus, I really started to envision myself in Durham, Flagg told Slam in his commitment video. All the love I felt made me really excited seeing all the crazies and the atmosphere in Cameron. I'm honored that I have the opportunity to join the Brotherhood. Actually, I love this signing. Cooper Flagg is a dog, and he's going to be one of the next unicorns to be up and coming in the NBA. I think he's standing at like 6'9", but to me, he looks way bigger than 6'9". And he's going to be a huge help for us next season if we lose both Kyle Filipowski and Ryan Young, because we're going to need a big. So he ended up maybe playing some 5 for us, but we'll see what happens. So let's kind of dive into the question that I'm going to attach at the title for this episode. Can Cooper Flagg implement himself in the Duke men's basketball Mount Rushmore? Obviously, I know that the Mount Rushmore is the 4 people, 4 carved, sculpted heads. I think he has a good shot. Who would I put there as of now? When I say this, I want to make it clear that I'm basing it off of guys who had great seasons at Duke, not guys who came from Duke and just emerged as superstars in the NBA. Yeah, I could probably understand where I'm going with that, because I'm going to say that Kyrie Irving will not be on my Mount Rushmore. Kyrie played maybe a total of 11 games at Duke, but his impact wasn't all that great. He still did enough to be the number 1 pick in the 2013 draft, 2012, maybe 2011. I think he might have came out with Clay. Anyway, so let's see. This is really out the dome. I did not plan a specific 4 out. Okay, a Duke Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna say Christian Laettner. Let's go. I'm gonna go Grant Hill. Christian Laettner, Grant Hill. Oh man, we've had a bunch of guys who may not have done so well in the NBA, but we've had some really quality guys to come through our program. Oh man, I could put Zion up there. Do I want to put Zion? Oh man. But Christian Laettner and Grant Hill are locks. That's a given. I'm trying to think of guys who had like a really big impact, because it's the top 4. Obviously Zion. My spirit won't let me put RJ Barrett in this because if anyone knows me personally knows that I have lost all all respect and faith in RJ Barrett since what he did in the Final Four against Michigan State a couple of years ago, where he made how did that go? He missed the first free throw and then made the second in a game situation where you're supposed to do the exact opposite. And I actually cried after the game. I'll be real. I'll be a man to say it. I cried after the game. It's all his fault. Anyway, I wouldn't put him up here. Tyus Jones, that's a good one. I could say. I'm not gonna make it official. I mean, we had Quinn Cook, we've had Cam Reddish, Jaleel Okafor, Jabari Parker. Oh man, uh, did I say Jaleel Okafor? Jaleel Okafor, Marvin Bagley, Harry Giles, Quinn Cook, Justice Winslow. Man, this is interesting. Oh man, Carlos Boozer. I actually went and put up a list to see who I'm looking at. Make sure I don't miss nobody. Oh, we've had Brandon Ingram. Yep. Luke Kennard. Yep. Kyle Singler, Luol Deng, Jay Williams, Elton Brand, Grayson Allen, Seth Curry. Yep. Mike Dunleavy. Obviously Kyrie, Paulo Banchero, Jason Tatum. Man, this is this is this is huge. Yeah, Shane Battier. All right, I'm gonna throw Jay Williams in there. So Jay Williams, Christian Laettner, Grant Hill. Who's gonna be that last guy? This is tough. Oh man, you know the little kid in me wants to put Tyus Jones on this list because obviously we haven't won a natty since 2015. And all that team did have Jaleel Okafor on it. I feel like Tyus Jones was a catalyst of that team, man. Especially that Final Four run. I think he ended up winning most outstanding player in the Final Four or something like that. Or it might have been the whole entire tournament. I don't remember. But even though he didn't win the natty, which I definitely believe we should have, I'm gonna go Zion. I'm gonna stick with that. Zion Williamson, Christian Laettner, Grant Hill, Jay Williams. Now, Cooper Flagg, could he emerge to take one of those guys' spots? And y'all heard the list of guys that I just named that I could have considered to even put on the Mount Rushmore. So he's not even just passing the guys that's already there, but guys who are also in contention. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, I think a natty would do it. Cause I'm trying to think who on that list that four I just named. Obviously Zion didn't win a natty, but I need to do my homework and see if Grant, Jay, and Christian won one. Give me a sec. Okay, so Christian Laettner actually did win two NCAA championships. Grant Hill is also a two-time NCAA champion. And so is Jay Williams. So Zion is the only guy on that Mount Rushmore that I mentioned to not have a NCAA championship. Meaning what for Cooper Flagg? He would need to get one to emerge as one of the guys on the Mount Rushmore. Because the first two guys I named, being Grant and Christian, won two. Jay Williams won one. Zion didn't win one. I don't understand how that team didn't win a national championship. We had, so it was, I'm trying to go start a lineup here. So it was, okay, let me think. Dig deep. I'm looking at him. Oh, who was it? Who was the point guard that year? Okay, well, I know shooting guard was RJ. Small forward was Cam. Zion was at the four. Oh man, who was the point guard for that team that year? I know this because it's only like what 5 years ago. No, no, maybe like no, it might actually be 5 years, 4 or 5 years ago. So basically, just puts him in the dilemma of either winning the national championship to get there, or being better than Zion at his time at Duke, at least. Which both of those things are extremely hard. Zion is a generational talent. Obviously, before he got later on in his career, and things kind of took a turn for the worse, as far as eating habits and things he was engaging in outside of basketball. So yes, I believe that it's possible. Will it happen? I don't know. But I want to also kind of look at who's coming in with him potentially. So let me pull up the class. I'm not gonna lie, we can absolutely be dangerous next season. Oh my god! I mean, but we're used to being known for having good recruiting classes. You know, I think we had the top recruiting class coming in the next year. So we got Cooper Flagg, obviously the number one guy in the country in the 2025, well, 2024 high school class, graduating class, and then we have the number seven guy, Isaiah Evans, out of North Mecklenburg High School in Huntersville, North Carolina. He's 6'7". Yeah, Cooper Flagg has a small forward. 6'9". Yeah, well, they'll probably get it to Isaiah. Depending on who stays and who doesn't for Duke, obviously. So we go down a little bit further. We have Pat Ngongba. Hope I just said that right. I don't think I heard of you yet, buddy. Number 18th guy in the country. Also signed to Duke. Well, he's a center, so maybe Coop White can actually play at the four. Okay, then we have Con Newpal from Lutheran High School, 6'5", shooting guard, committed to Duke. I feel like I heard that name before, but the other guy I ever heard of, Darren Harris. I know about him. I do know who that is. That dude's a killer. Darren Harris, 6'5", shooting guard from Virginia. Paul V, or that Paul. It says Paul V at high school. He's committed to Duke. Let's see who else. If there's anyone else. Nope, that's it. So we have actually a great class in totality coming in, not just Cooper Flagg. So I'm excited for the future of Duke. But now I want to actually get into the deep dive, in depth kind of what's the word I'm trying to use? Analysis, there we go. A deep, in depth analysis of the commitment of Cooper Flagg to Duke. Cooper Flagg's commitment to Duke not only holds significant implications for the basketball program, but also showcases the university's ability to attract top tier talent. As a 5-star forward, Cooper Flagg brings a remarkable combination of skills and attributes that extend beyond the court. Now, as far as on the basketball front, Flagg's exceptional talent as a forward introduces versatility to Duke's roster. His scoring prowess, defensive capabilities, and strategic understanding of the game make him a valuable asset for the team. Coaches are likely to tailor their strategies to leverage Flagg's strengths, enhancing the overall performance and dynamics of the squad. His commitment adds a new dimension to Duke's playing style, potentially elevating the team's competitiveness in conference play and national competition. Flagg's basketball attributes aside, his overall personality and character contribute to the positive narrative surrounding Duke's recruitment. Known for his work ethic, leadership qualities, and sportsmanship, Flagg embodies the values that resonate well with Duke's basketball tradition. The program has a history of not only developing talented players but also fostering individuals with strong character both on and off the court. Flagg's commitment aligns seamlessly with this ethos, and reinforcing Duke's commitment to nurturing not just athletes but well-rounded individuals. Beyond the athletic realm, Flagg's decision to join Duke enhances the program's reputation of a destination for players who are not only highly skilled but also possess a strong commitment to excellence and sportsmanship. His addition to the team contributes to the ongoing legacy of Duke's basketball program, building upon the tradition of success, championships, and an NBA caliber talent. Flagg's commitment is also likely to resonate with fans and alumni. His personality traits on-court achievements create a compelling narrative that fans can rally behind. And an increased fan engagement often translates to heightened support for the team. When you impacting factors such as ticket sales, merchandise revenue, and overall just program visibility, in essence, Cooper Flagg's commitment to Duke University is a multifaceted win for the basketball program in totality. His basketball attributes promise on-court success, while his overall personality aligns with the values that define Duke's basketball legacy. This acquisition not only enhances the team's immediate competitiveness, but also contributes to the enduring narrative of Duke's commitment to excellence in both athletics and character development. That was my little, what I want to call it, kind of just the little words that I plan out to kind of say what I had to say about his commitment. I think it's going to be great. Like I said, we haven't won a national championship in pretty much 10 years. Considering the fact that we've had an extreme amount of talent. We've had a generation of talent, Zion Williamson. Still couldn't get it done. I feel like that team should have not lost a single game. And I'm still over here trying to think about who was the point guard for the team that year. I can't even remember the center. Because the next group was the Paulo Banchero group. Paulo Banchero, Trevor Kills, Jeremy Roach, who's still the point guard now. Who else? Wait, Paulo? Oh, AJ Griffin was on that roster. Trevor Kills. Anyway. Could this team win a natty? I mean, it's my boys. I'm never going to count us out in any situation. But one thing I've learned, and I've said this through various times on the podcast, we'll talk about anything dealing with not just college sports, but sports in totality. The teams that you see kind of win it all in the end is the team that's composed of veterans who have played with each other more than 1 year. I can't really think of the last time that a freshman-heavy rotation on a college roster won a championship. It's always the guys that the star power comes from the juniors and seniors, and maybe in most cases the sophomores with a little bit of the portion of the success in there as well. So although the freshman class that we got coming in is great, we still need some other people to stay back if we're going to actually have a run at a title. Now, considering how our bench looks right now, if everyone were to stay back now and we add the 4 or 5 guys that we have coming in, oh man, that would probably guarantee us a title. But considering the fact that we might have 4 or 5 guys going pro, and then 4 or 5 guys coming in as freshmen, you're basically gonna reset. But I mean, Cooper Flagg can do it all. I mean, on both sides of the ball. Coming from Monteverde, that's an academy that produces a lot of great players. But I mean, that's kind of all I had to say. This essay was a bit shorter than I expected, but that's okay. Let's see if I want to tackle anything else while I'm on here. Saltcatchy Saturdays, that just dropped Saturday, obviously. So if you haven't watched episode 2 of the Saltcatchy Saturdays 10-episode limited series on the pod, go check it out. Salk played against DTC, where unfortunately, they dropped their 4th game in a row. Speaking of that series, I'm negotiate some things more with the coaches and seeing how we can make this series bigger than what it is, if that makes sense. So basically the content that y'all are always getting is just based on what I already have and what I've already invested in. But I'm working on ways to get my life a little bit easier, make my life a little easier for myself. Because like I said, everything is done through me. I have absolutely no team. The recording is done by me. The editing is done by me. The publishing is done by me. Everything that you see is done by me. I have no cameraman, no video editor, no any of that. All this is strictly done by me. So I'm working on, although I love the grind and the work, although, considering that I'm working on getting those spots filled and actually get me some like a team together so I can just kind of do what I do best and then not have to worry about the other outside factors of what I'm doing. So like I always say, big and better things to come, I'm still learning as I go along, and I'm not just your average podcaster, broadcaster, whatever, analyst, whatever. I wanna do things big and make the best possible opportunities for myself to get to where I want to be. And that doesn't happen if I don't communicate, get out there in the world, make connections, and kind of put myself in the best position possible to get those things done. So that is going to be it for me. I wish it could have been a little bit longer, but I kind of talked around the basis of what I think about Cooper Flagg's commitment and then what it can mean for the program. Also, while answering the question that's attached to the title, being can he implement himself as one of the 4 guys in our Mount Rushmore. So that's gonna be it for me. For those who may be waiting on the interview with Owen, it's coming. I guarantee it's coming. Just with some stuff on my end, like usual. We always having technical problems, but I'm working on trying to limit those as well with the help of others. So once we get the last little piece of that interview resolved, I'll put it out as soon as I, get that from him. But also taking into consideration that he's a baseball player and he's in the midst of a season right now. And so that's the tough part about this business, is trying to get people at the right time when they're having a ongoing daily schedule. So that's just harsh reality. But that is gonna be it for me. I appreciate you guys always for the love and support. Keep bearing with me and sticking with me, because it's only up from here. I have a little minor setbacks here and there, but gotta stay positive and keep going, and we'll get where we want to be eventually. But I can't do it on my own. Without y'all and the man above, I have nothing and I am nothing. So thank you always. Y'all have a great rest of y'all Monday. I'll see y'all again this week. Maybe 2 more times, depending on how the week pans out. But definitely 1 more time, possibly 2. I'll catch y'all. Always remember, don't underestimate, appreciate, and without further ado, go on.